Hi friends, it's Nicola here and it's Vlogtober day 7. I had to check my calendar for that. I'm feeling really sleepy this afternoon. I had another crappy night's sleep. So really all I want to be doing is napping right now. I don't usually nap. Sometimes you just feel like you want to doze off. When we got home from our errands earlier, I sat on the couch and I was looking through my library books and it just felt like dozing off. So I thought rather than do that, I need some footage for today. I need to be able to talk to you and show you some stuff that I've been doing. And I didn't have anything yet except for a few seconds of the dawn because I was up super early again. So our errands were very boring. But after we finished those, we did go and have a little drive around up a couple of the roads where the fire went through in August. And I was going to get some film of it to show you, but I just thought that was kind of depressing, but also kind of disrespectful of the people who lost their homes. So after seeing about, 20 or 25 places where there was just chimneys standing all by themselves, surrounded by detritus from burnt houses and blackened trees and all that, it just was like, okay, I've had enough of that. I'm not going to film it. I'm just going to feel the feels for the people who lost everything and wish them all the best and go back home and be grateful for what I have. Yeah, it's sad. I know it's just stuff, right? And you can replace stuff. And nobody died. So that's good. I am battling with my skin again. I said something on day 1, I think, about the state of my face. And I've come to the conclusion that I don't have basic rosacea. It's like a version of rosacea where the Demodex skin mites, which we all have in our skin, which are supposed to kind of they live in the hair follicles and they deal with all the skin flakes and stuff that need to be shed and that sort of thing. And they're supposed to be there, but I think sometimes they get out of control. And mine definitely seem out of control at the moment. I've got a lot of redness and a lot of flaking, a lot of dry, scaly patches, a lot of itching now. And so I'm going to carry on with the skincare that I started a couple of weeks ago because it feels like it's good for me. But the lady who I bought it from is well versed in skincare, and she mentioned about the Demodex, and I did Google it, and I seem to have classic symptoms. So I'm going to the doctor in about 10 days' time, and I'm going to ask him for some antibiotic ointment. I think you can take it orally as well, but I think I would just rather have the ointment and just put it right where it's needed. I did put some tea tree oil on my face today because that is antibacterial, antiviral. And I thought maybe it could start the process of killing those little buggers off before I get to the doctor. We'll see. So yeah, I feel like maybe it's a good thing that now face masks are coming back. Yeah, all the doctors' offices and hospitals and things are now insisting on us wearing masks again. As far as I know, that's not happening in retail situations or anything. But there was one good thing about having masks back in 2020. It didn't matter what your skin looked like. You could go back on the floor of the shop you worked in after lunch and not worry about whether you had spinach or kale in your teeth because you had a mask on. No one could see it anyway. It was great. Unfortunately, apart from that, it was a frickin' nightmare, I tell you. Dealing with people who didn't want to wear masks, and we just got so much help from people who didn't want to wear their masks, and it was just taking it out on the people who were on the front line, trying to put into place company policy that every customer had to wear a mask or they would not be served. And it was horrible. For months on end, it was horrible. So even though I'm crazy tired, I think there's going to be a little bit of knitting. I'll do a little bit on my garter stitch scarf, and which of course, again, I'm having second thoughts about it. How many times do I start something and have second thoughts about it? Lots. That's how many. That yarn I used for the crocheted flowers. I started making the base of a bag. I've got like an oval started, and it's not sitting very flat. When I press it with some steam and a pressing cloth, because it's mostly cotton, it actually flattens out really nicely. Sorry, my neighbours are really noisy today. It's Saturday, and so of course people are home, they're having fun. Kids are shouting, traffic on the road over there. Could be worse, there's no construction noise from the massive construction project just up the road. For years and years and years it's been sitting empty, and there was talk about it being built on for a really long time, and then eventually they broke ground and got started on it. So they're building condos there. Sometimes I think it would be nice to move from an old house into a new condo. But I don't know. I really like my house. It might be built in 1970 and have barely any insulation left in the walls, but we've lived here since 1995, and it's home. And it's got a lovely yard. Like these days, they build massive homes on tiny lots. When they built these houses, they were almost half-acre lots, and they built reasonable sized houses. I mean, they're still big, 2,500 square feet or so. The whole neighborhood was very similar. But it was a good sized family home, and it was a good sized lot, so the kids had lots of places to play. You could have a swing set in the backyard. Some neighbors have pools, but we don't. Now, of course, the lots are a fifth of the size, and the houses are twice the size. And there's hardly any garden, maybe just a tiny bit of landscaping around the outside. In case you didn't watch the other day when I was starting to knit this is the yarn I'm using. It is called Yerbo Cookie. I don't know where it's made. Oh, Sweden. Made in Sweden, 100% acrylic, Oeko-Tex standard, which means it's tested to be clear of a whole bunch of harmful substances. Medium weight, I think. European yarns don't have the same weight categories as North American ones, but it's a 5mm needle recommendation, worsted weight, medium, number 4. And it's machine washable by the look of it. And it's a massive 200-gram cake. And there are 600 meters in that cake. So you get a lot. So I'm not sure how much of a scarf I can get. Probably quite a lot, I would think. Probably get quite a long scarf out of this. I cast on, I can't remember how many I cast on the other day. I cast on 36 stitches the other day. I was aiming for about an 8-inch width. So this is what's looking right now. Hopefully you saw that in good focus. I don't have my glasses on right now because I'm vain, and so I don't know whether that was in focus for you. Whew, I think I'm even redder now. It's 22 degrees at least out here, and I am cooking in this flannelette shirt. But I just popped inside to show you this. This is the base of my intended crochet bag. These are all the same colors that I am using for my flowers. I made 24 flowers, and so I think what I'm going to do is use all of the 24 colors in the base, and that will dictate the size of it, and then I will start going around without any increasing for a little while. I originally was thinking of doing a tote bag, maybe with vinyl handles riveted onto the sides, maybe lined, I don't know yet. But I like the idea of doing almost like a backpack style, or a drawstring bag that is like a backpack because you attach the strings to the base. It's a work in progress. We're going to see. Certainly it's colourful, but as you can see, it's not particularly flat. But I'm pretty sure I can encourage it to be flatter with my iron later on. So I'm going to persevere. So I think I'm going to go back inside now because I'm far too hot out here. And we have a simple dinner planned. It's not going to be anything that needs me to think very hard. And I'm not sure what's happening this evening, but I'll talk to you again later on. I bought a smaller box today. This box is just too big. I haven't made enough to fill it, and it'll cost less for me to send it in a smaller box where everything's packed in nice and efficiently. So, fingers crossed, it all goes in. This could end up being a bit of a squeeze. And seeing as I'm not a great one for wrapping paper, I thought I would put it all into a Wool Warehouse organza bag. Now all that remains is to do a card and address it and get it away, because it's going to take a while to get there. I'm going to give this a pressing to see if it will smooth out. It worked the last time I did it. Hopefully there's enough water in my iron. Seems like it's ready. Don't normally iron, crochet or knitting. Oh, well, that's better. So that really smoothed it out. So these cottons that I bought yesterday, I was not really knowing what I was going to make exactly. I bought a meter of this, and then 30 centimeters of each of these, and a meter of the black. I can always use black. So what I think I might do, seeing as I've got 2 people to make things for in November, I think I'm going to make another of those cell phone bags, or cell phone zipper pouches that I made yesterday. I think that would be really cute. I'll just have to figure out the best way to put the fabric, because the phone goes in one way, but the zipper goes in the other. So I'll just have to work out which way I want the fabric to run. So I'm not going to start cutting that tonight, but I will put that there for tomorrow. So that's coming to the end of my day. I think I'll probably go back upstairs, spend a little time with my husband, probably make a hot chocolate and have an early night. Maybe do a bit more knitting. Very pleased my microphone battery hasn't died today. If you were with me a little while back when I first started using this, and I didn't charge it before the first time I used it, you'll know I had some technical hitches there. Completely my fault, of course. So I'm always being careful now to check it, because the first time I spoke for about 25 minutes and none of it was recorded, and then I had to do it all over again. So anyway, time to go edit and drink hot chocolate, put my feet up, do a bit of knitting. Thanks so much for watching. And I do appreciate any likes, comments, and subscribes. That is awesome. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.